AJ, the creator of the book, Bilingual Secrets, The Secrets to Becoming Bilingual. You can check it out, ebook and paperback form, bilingualsecrets.com. So today I want to talk about how you can learn Spanish in the United States of America or how you can learn Spanish over the world. I know Spanish is a big second language that people want to learn, right? And there's this huge opportunity. There's all these countries that speak the language. What can you do if you don't live in a Spanish speaking country? What can you do if you live in the United States? The best thing I can recommend would be Univision and Telemundo, right? Those are the two channels on cable that you can watch or satellite that you can watch that are normal television channels. You know, in the United States, we have ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS, but we have Univision and Telemundo for channels that you can watch in Spanish. If you don't have time or that's not your priority or you don't have regular cable TV, I would suggest use YouTube. Go to Telemundo Noticias, Univision Noticias, that's news, ESPN Deportes, that's ESPN Sports. So all these opportunities on YouTube to learn the Spanish language. There's no reason not to, right? There's so many opportunities out there. So we all understand that, there's different reasons for wanting to learn the Spanish language. Maybe you want to speak it with the coworkers at your job. Maybe you want to earn more money in the future. Maybe there's a community of speakers in your area. Maybe it's for love. Maybe it's for travel. Maybe it's for pleasure. There are various reasons to want to learn the Spanish language. So let's look at, coworkers. You can work basically anywhere in the United States. When I say United States, I mean mostly big cities. Most of these places you can work, and there will be people want that speak the Spanish language. Let's just say fast food, for example. You can go to any fast food restaurant in the United States, and a lot of people that are working there speak Spanish, right? So let's say you get a job there, or you know someone that has a job there, and they may also want to hire Spanish speakers, or maybe it's not fast food, maybe it's corporate. You work for a nonprofit organization, or you work for a school, or you work in the government. So there's all these opportunities to use the language. So remember your why when you're learning a second language, right? So use TV as an opportunity. Go on Univision, go on Telemundo, and just watch those TV shows. That's what I did when I was younger. I talk about it in my book, Bilingual Secrets, The Secrets to Becoming Bilingual. I talk about it. And I talk about how I watched sports shows on Univision, and they would interview people from different Mexican soccer teams, right? And you can see how these people are speaking in Spanish. You can listen to their intonation. And the cool thing about watching interviews is that the presenter will talk in one way, like very formal Spanish, just like in English, presenters speaking formal English, and then the players, they speak another way. Instead of saying the how in English we say and we're thinking, in Spanish or Mexican Spanish they say bueno, sí, no, right? So they use things of that nature. So you have to remember your why that you're learning a second language. And so I talked about work. I talked about, it could be the community that you're in. If you're in a large city, let's say you're in New York, Miami, Chicago, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Houston. I'm sure you're around people that speak the Spanish language. How's it going, Scholar? Sure you're around people that speak the Spanish language and you hear it. You know, it's just blatant. I don't want to say blatant, but it's something that is in the United States. You can go to almost any airport in the United States and they'll have the signs. One sign is in English, and then a smaller sign is in Spanish, right? So you have to understand that there's opportunities out there to learn this language if that is something that you want to do. You cannot um, be shy when it comes to learning the Spanish language. You know, it's an awesome language to learn. It's an awesome language to be around. And I know a lot of people out there. They go to different nightclubs or bars, and you hear the salsa, you hear the reggaeton, you hear the merengue. I'm doing good. How's everybody doing? Yeah, so estoy bien, like they say in Spanish. So like a lot of my friends, they like to go to the bars where they play Latin music, or even if you think about the big, um, the most popular musicians right now, we have Bad Bunny. He's popular. We have Nicky Jams. There's so many people who are popular in the Spanish speaking music sphere. How's everybody doing today? Hola, hola, hola. So yeah, so you have to remember your why. I keep going back to that. Your why. Why are you learning a second language? Why are you learning a second language? Why are you learning a second language? And so, if this is something that you want to learn, you can do it. You know, are any of you out there learning Spanish at all? If so, it's not tough. You know, you just have to stay focused with it. Use YouTube. I know some of you are watching me right now. You can say, you know what, that guy AJ, he knows what he's talking about. Let me watch some Spanish, some YouTube in Spanish. Let me just type in whatever country you're interested in. Let's say Mexico, Mexico, MEXO. They have Televisa, um, and Azteca. They have all these things, you know, and you learn so much more with the language, not just about the language. And I go back to what I learned when I was watching, you know, the sports shows. I got to learn about the Mexican soccer teams, you know, Club America, Cruz Azul, Chivas. You learn about all these things while learning the language. So you feel like you're learning the language, but you're learning more than one thing also, right? So I would suggest to any of you out there that are learning, keep it up, keep pushing each and every day, right? Let's say travel. You know, I know travel is a big thing. People want to learn Spanish because they want to travel. They want to go to Spain. They want to go to Mexico. They want to go to Costa Rica. Well, I think if that's something that you want to do, put your time and energy and effort into doing so, right? There's so many countries that speak Spanish. There's around more than 20. Even in the United States, we have Puerto Rico, right? We have so many places that you can go. Even in the United States, if you can't go to Puerto Rico, go to Miami. There's so many people speak Spanish in Miami. I even went a couple years ago and had the opportunity to, you know, hear the Spanish language and be around it. And so it's like there's so many opportunities out there, you know. So if you want to travel, have any of you gone to any Spanish speaking countries? You know, where would you like to go to? There's so many spots out there. In my life, I had the opportunity to study abroad in Buenos Aires, Argentina, back in the day, and it was a great opportunity, right? But if you don't have the opportunity to travel, I also recommend at home immersion, and that's what I've been saying with all these things: YouTube, Univision, Telemundo. Use these things to learn a second language, to learn Spanish, for example. Let's get back to music. So music is big, you know. I like to listen to rap music. Other people maybe listen to R&B. Other people maybe listen to anything, right? There's music in Spanish in all genres. So whatever genre you want to listen to, you can do that with a second language. So if you want to listen to, if you want to go out on a night out with your friends, there's places that play strictly Spanish speaking music. If you want to go somewhere and dance salsa, merengue, bachata, there's places you can go and you can dance that music and be around people that speak the second language. I think sometimes people in the United States, we're so in our bubble that we don't recognize that there's people from other countries out there that live in United States, right? So, for example, most places in America have a lot of people from Mexico or the Central America or certain countries in South America, and you can become friends with these people just by talking to them in Spanish, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. Learn how to say hi, how are you? Hola, cómo estás? Or hola, cómo te va? And just that little spark, that little interest, people will get interested in you and they'll want to know, wow, how did this person learn this second language? Wow, why are you interested in my country? Or why are you interested in my language? So there's all these opportunities for you to learn a second language, to learn Spanish. There's really no reason not to if that's your goal. You know, a lot of people in the United States have this mentality of it's just one language, which I understand, but there's more languages out there than just English. And if you are only monolingual, if you only speak English, I think learning Spanish, it will open a lot of doors for you, not just in your personal life, but your professional life. Now, let's say you're in college, right? They should have when I was in community college, they had El Mesa de Español, Spanish table. So every Tuesday or Wednesday, we would sit around at a table, 5 or 6 of us would speak the Spanish language, and it gave me the opportunity to use the language right then and there. So look for things like that. Go to meetup.com. There's different meetups in your city or your town where you can speak, where you can meet other people that speak the Spanish language. Back to college, you can minor or you can major in the language. You can study abroad. You can meet with international students. You can go to international clubs, right? There's all these different opportunities out there for you with the language. So I know you can do it, right? There's no reason not to. As I always say, check out my book, Bilingual Secrets, The Secrets to Becoming Bilingual, bilingualsecrets.com. But yes, why do you want to learn a second language? Why do you want to learn Spanish? That's the question. The answer should come quickly. You want to learn because professional reasons, because you'll make more money. That was one of my big reasons when I was younger. I said to myself, wow, if I learn this language, I could potentially make so much money. Now, it has helped in certain aspects, and it has helped me getting certain roles, certain jobs. And you don't know how well it can help you. It might help you better than it helped me. It can help you so well, so much, right? So why? Why do you want to learn a second language is the question. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to visit Spain. You know, you want to visit Uruguay. You want to visit Chile. You want to visit Equatorial Guinea. Where's Equatorial Guinea? That's the only Spanish speaking country in Africa, Equatorial Guinea, right? So travel is a big thing. That's why people, you know, learn a second language. And I know you can do it. I'm pretty sure you can do it. I've done it. You can do it. Yo lo he hecho, tú lo puedes hacer también, right? It will take practice. And that's the truth. It will take practice if you want to be proficient in a second language. It will take time. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is time. But if you're willing to put in the time, you'll get something out of it. You know, we put time in things every day. You're putting your time in right now watching me so you can get this advice. So you don't have to buy my book. You don't have to buy the book. You should, because it has all my knowledge in there. 20 plus years of knowledge. I'm not going to give you 20 plus years of knowledge right now, but I'm going to give you as much as I can give you. But there's so many opportunities out there if you want to learn a second language, especially Spanish, the United States. You should let me know where you guys are from right now, where you guys are joining in from. And remember, wherever you're from, there has to be, not has to be, but there's probably a Spanish-speaking community there. People that speak the language, people that are from there, people that were born there. There's people here, so many people in the United States that were born here whose parents are from a Spanish-speaking country, and they speak Spanish with their parents, but they speak English with you and I. That's just the life of an immigrant, right? That's just how things are. But remember, use those resources that I've said previously. Univision, Telemundo, YouTube. So you may say to me, AJ, what should I watch on YouTube? Music in Spanish. Spanish music. Just type it in. After you're done watching me, Spanish music. Or even right now, Spanish music. Or you have Spotify, you have Apple Music, Spanish music, or Spanish rap, or Spanish, whatever, Spanish 90s music, Spanish 2000s music, anything and everything. And that'll help you get used to hearing the language. That's the main thing, right? You want to be around it. You want to learn not just in the traditional sense of school. School's fun. There's nothing wrong with taking classes. But what's funner, or more fun, I'm not sure which one's correct English. What's more fun is the ability to say, hey, I'm on YouTube 3 hours out the day, so let me just search in something that I want to watch in Spanish. It may seem daunting at the beginning, but it's worth it. It is. It's worth it. Why wouldn't it be? Let's go back to the fact that you could potentially make more money. You could, but you have to put in the effort. And then you can put it on your resume that, yes, I speak Spanish. Or you're in that job interview, yes, I speak Spanish. Si yo hablo español. Right? You may be able to ask for a raise because of that. You may be able to get a job that that person over there wasn't able to get because you have an ability that they don't have. Have you thought of it like that? You have an ability that they don't have. So look at it like that. Look at it as an opportunity to increase your knowledge, right? Why wouldn't you want to do that? I'm going to let you go now. I'll be back later on. Keep checking out my videos, bilingualsecrets.com, for the book. Y la próxima vez vamos a hablar más español. Así que pueden ver que si yo hablo español de verdad. Right? So I just said that. If you understood it, then hey, congratulations. If you didn't, keep pushing. Hasta pronto.